Hey there! It's Willie Mammoth again. It's Monday, of course. So, I'm the Mammoth. Uh, Nobody there yet. Nobody in yet. Nobody watching. Um, you see, I'm your Christmas Mammoth. um, I just watched the other show. Probably somebody else went live and took all the audience, so, I don't know. There's somebody. Somebody showed up. Yeah, I got an email from Forrest today. What's this here? That's on the wall, okay. Oh, my headphone's hanging there. I was wondering, what's that round thing? Okay. Um, they emailed Forrest a picture of my, I called it a Clovis knife. I said it was Fred Flintstone's steak knife, or Fred Flintstone's pocket knife. And Forrest says that this is a Pueblo Indian knife made sometime between 1150 and 1500 AD. So this thing's over 500 years old, at least. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe it's got a black patina on it, like it's been out in the sun a very, very long time. But yeah, Forrest says it's anywhere between 500 years old and 850 years old. So, or no, well, we got 18 868 years old. From 518 years old to 868 years old, somewhere in there. So, yeah, I watched the other show. I watched the Raven's Nest, and I don't know I didn't even chat in there till the end of the thing, because they don't pay attention to the chat. And they don't. None of them pay attention to me anyhow. Even though I got the better clues. And hey, Olaf, cousin Olaf. Oh, yeah, we all come from Olaf. I gotta get that straight, huh? He's wanting to fall off. There. you, you know why Santa Claus isn't an elephant? He won't fit down the chimney. Those chimneys are way too small for an elephant. Forrest says my knife here that I found is a Pueblo Indian knife. It's somewhere between 500 years old and 850 years old. So I found something. It's a Pueblo Indian. I thought it belonged to Fred Flintstone. And when they did the Flintstones, they should have had a pet elephant instead of a pet dinosaur. The dinosaurs were around. Yeah, Forrest says that's a Pueblo Indian blade that I found. I told him where I found it and all that. Also, the picture with Skippy next to the rock. Oh. Look, my eyes aren't lining up. Stretch them. Can't see what I'm doing. There's just the page before that, I believe. Page. Page 56. There's this Skippy here. It says Skippy holding a rock. Look, the rock is an elephant. Here it is, the trunk coming around here. That's an elephant head. But maybe, yeah, he probably flushed it. Yeah. The elephant ran the shower too. The shower, I think, was an elephant. And the trunk would, yeah. But anyhow, this picture with Skippy in the rock. Somebody asked where it was taken, and I don't know. You know, says they came back with, someone else came back with, it was taken somewhere between Temple, Texas, and Montana. And then I looked at the picture again, and I go, that looks familiar. Well, I went to Yellowstone. I went to the upper Yellowstone Falls, the overlook over the brink of upper Yellowstone Falls. And I took a picture looking straight down the waterfall, and then I took a picture looking up the river. And that's what that is. That's a picture looking up the river from upper Yellowstone Falls. From the overlook above upper Yellowstone Falls. That's looking up the river from there. It was a perfect match. So, you know, so then I cut Skippy out of that picture and I photoshopped it into mine. And it's the same place. The rock on the other side of the river matches the current and the rapids. And as you'll notice, there's rapids just to the right of his elbow there. That's coming around the bend. And that's exactly where that is. There's no... I'm 100% positive that's the brink of upper Yellowstone Falls. And I'm not doing good inside here. I got to get this thing going. Oh, yeah, I got my I got that for looking smart. Nice job, Bobby. What? His job. She wash the dishes. Yeah. The elephant knows they're wise. They have a long memory. The elephant is the treasure. The elephants are nature's treasure. You know that, did you? You buy before the piggy bank. Piggy bank was they're elephant banks. They're elephant treasure boxes and things like that. You know, the elephant contained the treasure. The people worship the elephant. Whew. Mask is coming off. Maybe I'll keep this on, though. There we go. There. Boy, that's really messed up. So, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, Forrest says my knife here is not a Pueblo Indian knife. Isn't it? Well, not as pretty as a Clovis would be. Clovis knife, I guess, would just look. They'd just use one of their arrowheads or their spear points. But see, it's got a nice flake. You see, this is curved, flaked off there, and this is curved, flaked off, and then there's all these little flakes along the edge to make it sharp. Forrest says it's 1150 to 1500 AD. So you can't. I'm not going to argue with him. You can't argue. I don't argue with Forrest. He wins. He's in control. Remember, he lives vicariously through us, you know? Before Jesus walked. No, this, I don't know. I don't know exactly when. And then, yeah, there was that. All right, I covered the two major things already. The thing with the Skippy at the waterfall. I could show you on the computer, of course. Skippy. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, snowfall now. Oh, that's just the falls. Where is it? 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 Match Skippy Rocks. Skippy Yellowstone Falls. There. Which one is it? There we go. It's on my screen. I could switch you over now. I'm switching you over. See, you know, out of the book, right? And you can see the water behind you see the rapids right down here behind him. And you see the rapids right here behind. This I took him out of this picture and I put him on my picture. You see, it's the same place, and this is my picture, the original of my picture of the place. I was more to the right, and so you can see further up the river. The original picture of Skippy was taken a little further to the left, and I believe that might have been the perimeter of the overlook at that time, because there was a 360 picture of this spot on Google Earth, and that rock is there. The walkway goes around the other side of the rock, so I think they built a bigger observation deck there since the picture of Skippy was taken. And you see it just matches. That's the same waterway behind him. Okay. Now, what else we gotta do? So, Forrest, I sent Forrest that picture too, and he didn't say anything about it. But I know he knows that's correct. If anybody asked him, is that picture of Skip the Rock taken at Upper Yellowstone Falls? He would say he'd about have to say yes, because it was obviously taken there. And it's not really my search area. That's why I posted the picture with the coordinates, everything. Somebody else, go get a picture of that rock from the same angle, and you'll see. You'll probably have some of the rocks from the new wall that's further behind him show up in it, but it's pretty much the same one. Can I see the rock again? I just open up the book and it goes right direct to the one in the book. Page 56. There's 50. Skippy's helicopter. Notice Skippy's in the 50s. I think, didn't he die when he was in his 50s? So his pages are in the 50s. There it is. Okay, I'll get you on there. Boop. You see my ceiling. Okay. Boop. Yeah, down Cayman Islands or Yucatan or something. He was down there. But you see, this is an elephant head. That's a trunk coming around. It's but there's Skippy, and you see the rapids behind him here. The rapids dropping and then coming around the bend. It's that's Upper Yellowstone Falls. The waterfall is actually in front of him, behind the cameraman. The person taking the camera is the waterfall's behind him, and it drops maybe 150 feet right there. That's Skippy in the rock. And then I found, I can show you on Google Earth. Let me get this turned around. I clean the clutter off my desk. Where'd that go? Oh. Okay. There we go. It's going straight to it for me on Google Earth. And I'll get this, I'll show you the spot. There it is. Boom. Is that the same one? Yeah. Boop. There we go. And turn it around. Come on. Ah. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. So I got on Google, this is how Google Earth, one of the 360 views. So see, that's looking down the waterfall and the river heading for the main Yellowstone Falls. And yeah, I'm sorry about the computer screen thing, but you see right there is Skippy's rock. That's the rock Skippy was leaning on right there. That's that rock. You see the trunk of the elephant coming around, and you see the new deck the new observation deck they put on there. The concrete is even up onto that rock. And this is the direction up the creek. So you could see, you can't see up the river like you did with my picture. So yeah, this is where that picture of Skippy was taken. And look, it's a 360 picture. See this guy here with the red hat? Okay, because a 360 picture, the photographer took pictures all the way around. And this guy showed up in more than one place, because look, there's a remnant of him back here. The guy with the red hat. You see, that's the same. That's his glasses right there. it blended him into the forest there. It looks like some guy from India. It's the father of the girl from India out there in the woods. Yeah, with that red turban. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Turban, Richard. Yeah, you're right. And a beard. Yeah, but you can go on Google Earth, and if you go to this spot at Upper Yellowstone Falls, and this is, there. So there's a parking lot up here, and you walk down to the Upper Yellowstone Falls, and there's a rail here, and you can look straight down the waterfall here. So, but I had a picture that matched, and I was able to Photoshop Skippy into my picture of the same place. And it's funny that I had been there and taken a picture in that same direction 3 years before The Thrill of the Chase was written, and 6 years before I knew about The Thrill of the Chase. In my picture, you can see these notches on the rock. Those trees, I don't think that I could see them in Skippy's picture. But there are some, looks like probably some interesting shapes in the rocks. Like up here, this is, somebody's head and their feet down here. It looks like, you see, is that a face? Oh, why did it do that? I wasn't looking that way. Oh, it left the picture. It left the picture. This is how you enter one of these 360s. Now we'll go into the bubble. I didn't tell it to leave the bubble. I was trying to look at these rocks closer. See her sitting there? There's an eye. There's an eye. There's a mouth. There's sitting there. Is that a skull there? Right there. See it? Right there? That skull. It's a skull right there, man. Oh, wow. Can you imagine that? Yellowstone? Somebody go to Yellowstone. See if there's a skull sitting over there. Is that his bones? Yeah. Okay, and why is that rock red? We don't know. But, yeah, see, it just goes, and over the waterfall. Down. Whoosh. And that's a powerful thing. When you're standing there looking in there, you feel like it wants to suck you in and stuff. And you see any trout swimming up it? No. But I'm sure plenty go over it. Yeah. Pre-Columbian skull. Yeah. Isn't modern tech really opens up the world? Yeah. Did you crush up that yellow rock from the rail walk? Yeah, I did. And I panned it, and it's all, it's more like mica-like stuff, just a little flaky, not even pyrite, some mica like reflects golden colors. I got another little rock here with, I think it has some little gold flakes in it. I gotta find my gold pans. I don't know where the hell they went. I had 2 gold pans and I can't find them anywhere. It's like, what happened to them? I didn't throw them away. They didn't walk away. I didn't leave them laying outside. No. So, um, oh, cool. I got a few. Yeah, I've got two nice ones. You know, I spent $40 on a couple of gold pans, so it should be good ones. They're nice one. I got a big one and I got a smaller one because you don't want just one gold pan because usually sometimes you got a friend around. You kind of boring gold pan alone. So it's nice to have. So I got one for somebody else to use, so nobody's left out. Oh, there's sluice. Um, I've got a pretty good spot where I think the treasure probably is, and I just get this frog. He's a pretty frog. He got ruby eyes. He's real heavy. And he opens up, and you can put these, so you can put your ring or jewelry or your marbles in there. I put these marbles in them. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that frog would be smaller than he was. It almost holds 3 marbles. You can put 2 marbles in there, and it'll close up, and you don't know those marbles are in there. Yeah, that's something neat to leave for treasure hunters or something, somewhere. The sunset on my other. Oh yeah, that was my YouTube channel, and then they merged YouTube and Google. When Google bought YouTube, then my other they used my Gmail this is your YouTube account, your Gmail. I know I already have one. Let me use the one transfer them or merge them together or whatever. No, they can't do that. It's so difficult for us. Why did you do anything at all? Why did you force me to have a channel on YouTube? There we go. And I gotta go. Ho ho ho! No. But I had a disaster yesterday. Yesterday winds were 30 to 45 miles an hour, and one big gust come up, and I guess blew a screw out of my solar panel up on the roof, and so then it flipped over, got momentum flipping, and ripped the mount out, and it went over the side of the RV and landed on my car. And my car, my car is only 5 years old and got 70,000 miles. It's a fairly new car, and that thing landed and dented up the hood and put a big dent right over the top of the windshield and broke the windshield. And so it landed there, and then it went down the side and took the mirror off and scratched my door and door handle and chrome trim on the door up. But it didn't break the window on the door, so the car's still drivable. But yeah, it damaged my car pretty badly. I'm thinking I get the estimate and stuff, and I can fix the mirror myself. I figure I can get another hood for it right from online. I can buy another hood for $100 or something, and then do a graphite on it or something for still cheaper than having a shop change the hood. And I could probably polish out the scratches in the door. Might be able to polish them out. And the one the one on the roof right above, it's right in the corner of the windshield. It like I hit like a corner of the solar panel hit there. Boy, I had my power off for 30 minutes. My laptop's going dead. My generator, the main generator on the RV don't work. And the reason I had my car parked close is because I'm waiting for the part for the generator. And meanwhile, I don't have any other generators. And so the wind generator was doing fine yesterday. And but I jumped the car to the RV and run the car for 30 minutes and charge the batteries back up. But my part is for the generator comes in tomorrow. I have my generator halfway taken out, and when I get the part, I'll pull it out and put the part in. It's the rotor, the ignition rotor, and it goes in between. There's the electric generator. The generator's got an electric generator, and it has a gas motor that spins the generator. Well, they put the timing rotor that you normally have in a car. You see the little cap with the 8 wires coming out on a V8 or 6 or 4. It's normally you pop that cap off, put a rotor, take the old rotor out, pop a new one on there, close it. You're done in 2 minutes. The idiots that made this generator put that rotor in between the gas engine and the electric generator. So you gotta basically disconnect the transmission from the engine to change your ignition rotor that's made cheaper than it should have been, or whatever. It instead of having the timing sensors right next to the shaft or something, they put these little long arms on them that can break off. And I'm sure that's because it sounds like it's running on one cylinder. It's a 2-cylinder, and both cylinders fire at the same time. It fires both of them every time, together, but it was only firing every other time, so it was effectively running on one cylinder. And I couldn't figure, because I had changed the plug, changed the oil, changed the coil, it's like something in here. And finally, I found a video of, them son of bitches put the ignition rotor in there between the engine and the generator. And you got to pull the whole freaking thing out of the RV, disconnect everything, pull it all out, take it apart, basically cut it in two. It's like cutting you in two to pull your appendix. But I'll get it in there. But when I do, I won't have to. You can see my little my heater here, and it can only, it's only 53 degrees in here now. But that's my toasty fire. It keeps me warm. It's supposed to be 1 tonight. It's 7.2 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and it's 53 in here, so I'm doing all right. I got to get some bubble wrap and bubble wrap my windows, except I don't plan on being here all winter. I think I'm going to head south at some point. I'm trying to be here for Christmas for my grandkids, and that's why I'm hanging out in the cold now. And now I got this thing with the car, and I got Geico full coverage, right? And I go online. Oh, this is supposed to be quick, and I fill out the claim thing online. We don't have a representative in your area. Well, have them call me when can they be here, or whatever, or call me, and like I'm planning a trip up to Salida. I can meet him up there if they want me to, because my mirror came off, and all I did was I took a zip tie and put it on there, and a zip tie around it, and the mirror's hanging on there now. Fine, but I think I can probably liquid nail it back on. I don't know if it'll still flip and flop, but it'll work and function. It's an electric mirror, so I don't have to, it all mechanical. That's not going to get liquid nailed. You believe Forrest Fenn can't get to the chest in his current well, the one place I think that it is, no, I don't, he couldn't get there. Or if he could, he'd fall and hurt himself on the way back if he tried to. No, it's a 77-year-old guy can go up a little bit of a hill. Can't go a mile, but can go 500 feet. You're a little limit. He said it's where a 79-year-old man. Don't go where a 79-year-old man can't go, right? Well, it's actually where an 87-year-old man can't go, but it's where a 79-year-old man can go, and where an 87-year-old man can't go. He said he didn't think he'd be physically able to retrieve it himself anymore in his current state. So it's not get out of your car and walk 5 feet on flat land over to it and pick it up. No, it's not. So that even eliminates one of my search areas because it's so flat right there. And I looked at the area with my metal detector, right? There's picnic tables. And my metal detector I found like two things there. There's picnic table. You'd think there'd be soda caps all over here, and pull tabs and beer cans. It's like somebody searched this area before. They pulled all the bottle caps and all that out of there before. His exact words were, you can not get out of your car and go to the woods and get it. You can't just get out of your car and go straight to it and get out of there, is what he's saying. He said you're going to have to look all over. You're going to have to look all over. And I can't find that quote, but I remember he said, there's lots of things he said that you can't, it's not on Terry Scant. And it's not, it's with all the videos out there, it's hard to find the one video that he said it in. Or is it still there? Did I find that video on YouTube, or did I find it on some news channel? Or was it on Dale's or what? I don't know. It's supposed to have like 6 things coming in my mailbox tomorrow. So that's why I say I was going to go to my mailbox, go up to Salida, and back. Or I go up to Salida and down to my mailbox and back. The post office, I got to go like 40 miles to get to my mailbox. And so I wait until it says online that the tracking that the thing is either in my box or in the bigger box there one of the key boxes that they leave a key in your box. If it's in one of the, or if there's something there to sign, because then I know, okay, I got to be there while they're open, or I can go there at night and pick it up, or whatever. Because if it just says that the post office has it and it ain't in your box yet, and you ask them for it, they'll shoot you. They'll shoot you if you ask for something that's not in your box yet. The tracking said that they got it here, but I gotta wait till Monday to pick it up because they're just, loafers. That's what the post office hires, loafers. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I was, kind of because Forrest emailed me today, told me I sent him a picture of it, told him it was Fred Flintstone's steak knife, and he says that this is a Pueblo Indian knife from 500 years ago to 870 years ago. Somewhere in there. I'm sure when they say 1150 AD, that it's really like, no, it could have been 1142. Or it might have been 1165. It's not a flint, it's a basalt knife. I believe it's basalt. It's a dark black rock, and it has, you see, that's the one surface that isn't chipped. There's one surface not chipped. Look at this though. You know what? I bet that's for, maybe this is his tool for, and that's for reaming something, or for sawing bone. But this end here, I think that was the chopper. That's a chopper. That's for breaking bone and cutting bone. Just, that's the bone cutter there. You probably could have sawed what, this is, it's got serrated, you could probably cut bread with this. It's just the right serration. Yeah. Nothing else new. Just that waterfall there. Jason, where you at? What Jason? North Face. Jason. Which Jason? There's 10 Jasons in the chase. 3 of them making videos, right? Iowa. Yeah. Who was it posted a spot of the Buddy Holly crash site? That's in Iowa. My great-grandmother's from Turkey Creek, Iowa. And I got another relative from Iowa, too. A couple of them. But, that was... They were born in the 1800s, so... And my... Chase. I have ancestors named Chase. The thrill of the chase. My one ancestor was Major Daniel Flynn Chase, who fought in the Civil War. He came from New York originally. After the Civil War, he moved to Iowa, and he commanded the artillery at Vicksburg for the U.S. First Artillery, or he was under the command of Grant, and he commanded the artillery at Vicksburg. And before his steamboat landed, he had a dream, at night, the night before, that he had been shot while on horseback, and so when they got to battle there at Vicksburg, he walked. He wouldn't ride his horse. And before they landed, he had to have a new will written up in case he was killed in this battle. He wanted his will updated, and then he walked into battle. He wouldn't ride his horse because he didn't want to get killed while like in his dream. But when I looked up a picture of this ancestor, it's like he looked exactly like me. It's like, wow. Wow, I look just like that guy. Well, I look like him. If I put on another 20, 30 pounds, I look just like him. But don't pay attention to the face up there. That's some of my art. Been making some neat art. And found some other stuff. I go back and look at my pictures from before I started finding these figures in the rocks. I have some pictures of the rocks from before I started realizing how much was in them. And I go back and I find more stuff and more stuff. And, I got thousands of pictures of cool stuff. Title of the book, Thrill of the Chase, and look at that in a different. The thrill of the chase. The thrill, he says, what the thrill of the chase is finding that ancient artifact and imagining what that person did with that artifact, what they were doing when they were carving it, what they, the thrill of discovering ancient knowledge is what it is, knowing what ancient people did. It's a funny look at that. It almost looks like a stealth fighter, it's stealthy. But see, this side is just flat. But this side is so this isn't a this is a single face, and really a single, because this edge, this was probably maybe they skin it with this sharp one, take the skin off the hide of the elk or deer or whatever, and maybe this one just clean and scrape the be interesting to learn some of the what the different edges were for, but I think I've got it figured out. So somebody might confirm that, but Forrest would probably confirm it. I went to pretty cool. What? Check out the alligator park. Yeah, I ain't gone there yet, but I keep my. I think when I make my trip tomorrow to the mail and go north and all that, when I come back, I'm going to, I'll probably record do a short video there too. We go to the Great Sand Dunes Hot Springs. It's just up the road here. That's one I didn't know about that one because I did a Google Earth and I plotted all of the hot springs that I could find on a list of hot springs, plus a few others, and that's one more I can add to my list of hot springs. Big picture. If you look at the overhead picture of Yellowstone, looks like a big alligator. Yeah. That's a salamander, man. I found a giant salamander formation. But Gorman's seeing things. Oh, when I was in, and what happened with gypsies, it's a lot like what happened in junior high school in art class, right? this girl, we were making clay things with clay, firing in the kiln, and we had molds that you could pour a chess set or make little clay figures or whatever, and we'd glaze them and stuff, put them in the kiln, and but anyhow, this girl it was summer school, so it didn't really matter. It wasn't even at the junior high school I was going to. It was another one, but I was like, 12, 11 years old, 12 years old, and some girl threw a piece of clay at me. I picked it up and I threw it back at her. I got caught. I got kicked out of summer school for because I was the one that got caught, and I wasn't. I didn't turn her in. Uh, well, I'm going down for it. You can stay in the. So and really, it's they're not worth. It ain't worth it to go out of your way for the little witches. If there's. No, all it did for me was let her, she got away with it. She probably gotten away with a lot of things since then. A lot of guys don't get away with things like girls do. I hear the rumble of the locomotive. It passes by each night. It's the eastbound train. I know that. The westbound train comes by in the afternoon heading to Alamosa, and the eastbound train is heading to La Vita. If you. Oh man, that thing it didn't scroll for me. An eye for an eye. Yeah, I got a picture of Forrest. A Fenn is a muddy bog, a place not quite in the swamp, but next to the swamp. Where it's like just soft soil and trees and stuff. But he says the person going to be coming out all covered with mud, and I find a figure of a head sticking up out of the forest floor, up to its eyes and up to the soil's up to here. And now, is that nose? Is that the nose of somebody there? Or is that the clangor in a bell? And his father with the bell ringing at the end of the hallway. And this is in a little hallway canyon. There's Box Canyon. Well, Box Canyon, you go in and you're stopped at the end. It straight up walls, can't get out of there. But a hallway canyon, you can go up there and get on top of the mountain. But so Fenn up to his, in the if he so you got a head sticking up out of the forest floor. It's like he was standing there in the mud and sunk up to his nose and his ears in the mud. You know what I mean? And then if you look at like. Now look, you can say here's the nose and the two eyes either side, so the head is in a bell also. Ta-da! And I think those are mammoth ears. Those hardly look like elephant ears. No. But I think the elephant is one. I think the elephant's is maybe bronze and the bell is brass. I don't know. This says it's brass, but this is heavy. It seems too heavy for brass. And there's rubies. They're pretty. I like that green frog. So, anything new? I've got about an hour. I think it's Davio's turn. But the reason I go on a Monday is because Mondays start with an M, and so do mammoths. Davio. Davio probably is live because he's not here. He was on the other channel. Somebody else live right now? Yeah. Yeah. I've got a Onan 5000, and it when I went to look at my RV before I bought it, it worked great. When I went to pick up my RV and got it home, it didn't work. And they say a rat will get in there, and that timing thing come around and hit a varmint that climbs inside it, and it'll break off the little arm that has a magnet on the end that tells it when to fire. I think I'll have it fixed this week. It might take me 2 or 3, but I'm waiting. Today it didn't. It made it to like 31 degrees. Didn't quite get out of the freezing, and the wind was still going a little bit, but it's dead calm now, and I got no wind power, no wind, and it's 6 degrees outside. I got my solar panel back on the roof. I got to repair it so I can stand it up, because with it laying down, it'll, with the sun as high as it goes in winter, and it's like 45-degree angle still, it gets like 3 amps. You're getting 3 amps of charge at 14 volts. You know, it's like, it's 45 watts, not much. But with it standing up, it'll get 10. And so that's why I added on my stand-up thing, and the third leg thing that the screw that held that popped out, and I'm going to redo it with and use these kept nuts. Put it on there with that. But and I got a spare wind generator that actually the mechanical part of it and the rotating collar part of it all. I'm going to take the generator of it off, and I'm going to put an alternator on it, and then use the other parts and put a propeller on the alternator, and then I'll have a 95 amp generator instead of a 4 amp generator, and it'll regulate the voltage, and I don't need no special controller, just wire it straight to the batteries. Yeah. I had a choice, you know. I could buy a house. I could have bought a house, and my payments and my utilities would have left me no money for food. Or I could get the RV and go national forest to national forest to BLM to, and now I decided to get this land so I don't have to be traveling all the time. I can take 3 months or 2 months or whatever and just sit here for a while and straighten things out and destroy my car and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna make a vertical blade, but I'm gonna use a bicycle wheel with bowls on it, bowls, stick bowls through the spokes all the way around, and have a bicycle wheel on the generator sitting there. But if you use plastic, you don't want to use plastic. You want metal, because like if you made your bowls like that with plastic, the sun dries out the plastic, and then pretty soon it starts cracking and falling apart, and you got a piece of shit. So what you want? If you can't make them out of metal, um, if I could, it'd be yeah, make some metal cones. Aren't too hard to make if you had some sheet metal, you know. Um, because it could put metal cones all the way around the wheel instead of bowls, and yeah, it'd go great. But you still want light too. You don't want it too heavy. Big, so, yeah, you need to be by a river, and then you just put the thing in the water, or you, if it freezes in the winter, you have it go into or, you have your water, you put I have a friend, look up, what is it, a gravity pump? He has a gravity pump. My friend Doug, is Fire Eye on YouTube. Fire Eye 2 or something, or I think he's Fire Eye. He has a gravity sump pump, or and what it is, he's got property that's like in the middle of nowhere, but it's like a canyon, and there's a spring that comes out in the canyon and runs down below his property there. He's got 40 acres or something. And his property is 100 feet up above the canyon. And the water, he has a pipe run up to the spring, and then the pipe drops down in elevation so much that he gets pressure built up in the pipe of water. And he uses that water pressure to run a pump to pump water up to his house with no electricity, no wind thing, and it pumps. Well, he's got a trailer up there, bus or something. I don't know. I haven't been there for 6-7 years. I haven't been to his place. But his place is really cool because he lives in his property's in California, but you got to drive through about 30 miles of Oregon to get there. You go up into Oregon and then across, and you're going down this road in Oregon, and on the right side of the road is a fence. And that fence is the California state line. And there's a gate. And you go through that gate, and then you go 3 miles down to his place. And so, yeah, California doesn't see him very often. They came up to see him one time, and he had a fake grenade on the coffee table paperweight, and they called in a bomb squad for a paperweight. That was so stupid. He'd been harassed by, there's so many. They always want to come after the people that have done the least thing, and the biggest criminals are still running free, but not for long. Q's gonna get them. It's all over. They got the temporary attorney general, the Terminator. And, well, you don't like that guy we got in there temporary. We're going to make Trey Gowdy the real attorney general. So, you're going to like this guy, or you're going to have that guy. And both of them are pit bulls. Yeah, I ain't tried cutting. I bet this will cut wood. I don't know. Maybe they were. Maybe this might have been for skin and bark off of arrows. That round notch there. That might have been, for. But it was it's the first multi-tool. I wonder if you could probably trim your fingernails with that, You could probably shave your fingernails down, and that's probably pretty handy. Probably circumcised babies with it. I don't think Indians did that. Although the Hopi say that the advanced civilizations, Creststone's 35 miles north of me. I can see the sand dunes from here, and Creststone's the other side of the sand dunes. I can see Mount Ouray from here. I think it's 60 miles. Yeah. This summer I'll go. I want to sign up and do one of the music you can go to some of these music festivals. Yeah, like if you got an RV and or whatever, and or not, don't have to have an RV, but you can go there as and work there, basically, doing something, working at the gate or something, and you work so many hours, and you got the rest of the time you can go enjoy the music festivals. But kind of trade off there. Oh, when you start seeing this stuff like I've seen, and you see stuff in other places that you never thought you see shapes in other rocks and stuff. I found one rock that was shaped like an elephant head. It's outside, and I ain't gonna show it to you because it's 6 degrees out there. And I'm gonna go out after I finish the video and hook up my cable and charge my battery, jump my car, and run the car for half an hour. And I wish I could had something to fit in the window and close it off, turn the heater on in the car and pump the heat out of there too. But once I get my generator running, I can run my central air in here. This RV doesn't have air conditioners on the roof. It has a central air unit in the back, and it's underneath. And so I don't have air conditioners on the roof to make noise up there, but my wind generator makes too much noise. And I want to get a 20-foot water pipe, 1.5-inch water pipe, and put and guy wires and stuff, and put my wind generator, detach it from the RV, because it makes too much noise up there. You kind of want it separate. And I've got 2 wind generators, so I can have one on the RV for when I travel, and another one that for when I'm parked here that makes my power. And in fact, I got my old batteries sitting over in the old trailer. I could set that up as my power house there, and even just use that, put an inverter on it, and run an extension cord to my RV and plug it in and charge batteries off of the other system. And that would probably work really good. And the dog is sleeping. He's passed out. He was out playing today. He don't care. Oh, it's 20 degrees. I don't care. I want outside. I want to play. I want to chase rabbits and squirrels and mice. I ain't seen no squirrels, but I've seen some funny looking mice. Maybe they're kangaroos. Yeah, I have to catch one of them kangaroos. They got animal cages down at Tractor Supply. I wonder what I'd catch if I put one of those out. Yeah, he's a real good dog. He's treated really good. He didn't get in trouble for nothing. And when I go in the store, what's really nice, a lot of the time, he'll go and lay on the floor of the car, and nobody knows he's in there. 'Cause otherwise, you got people with their dog, and the dogs hit the window, and oh, I got to break the window and save the dog. You, you know, and in the winter I don't have to worry about it here, but in the summer it's like, okay, can't go to the store. Go to the store in the evening so that I can leave him in the car, and he ain't gonna get hot. So, or and you leave your window down in the parking lot, and somebody break in your car. So you got all these factors you got to weigh in. When he chewed you out for trying to tying him up at the church. Oh, yeah. Uh, there's rattlesnakes running around there too. Uh, and I don't want my dog going around, go because I want to see everything, and he go get a rattlesnake and be dead. No, you don't let your dog run in some place. And people have little memorials there and stuff, and oh, your dog go tear the memorial up or what. Yeah, and you're in a public place, you obey the rules and you leash your dog. Jack doesn't like being left either. He screams, and he seems like the kind of dog who stop you if you were going to step on a snake. He hadn't. I guess hadn't been to rattlesnake school. I gotta find. I don't know where to do that around here yet. They should do it at the alligator farm because they got rattlesnakes and stuff. And I thought I'd go up there and visit them, and I'll tell them, hey, you guys got rattlesnakes. Why don't you do some rattlesnake training for dogs? It'd bring you in some extra money. And I think they'd like that. They'd like that idea because the gator farm doesn't do that well. I want to go up there sometime after a good snow to get pictures. If I go there, I'm going to go there when there's snow on the ground and get pictures of the gators in the snow. The steamy ponds. The water there is 87 degrees at the gator ponds. So that's why they got alligators in Colorado. Forrest Fenn had a couple gators in his pond, remember? And he had to get rid of them. Did he really take them to Florida, or did he take them right up here to Colorado? I go up there and ask him, did Forrest Fenn ever bring you a couple alligators? Because he didn't want to hint of Colorado, But it does hint. It hints of Colorado, even though I took him to Louisiana. Yeah. Well, if you took him down to Louisiana, all you got to do is take him to Louisiana and let him go in the, let him loose in the bayou. You don't have to take him to any farm or trouble like that, or you chop him up and make spaghetti. I like the big signs that say don't fall in the gator pen and make our gators sick. Yeah. 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 Okay, I'm about done. I didn't have much to talk about, and I talked for over an hour, so I'll let you go. I'm gonna get get some shoes on, go out there and move the car over and charge up my batteries a little and do some computer surfing. I don't know why I need a new battery for my laptop. When your battery in your laptop starts lasting less and less and less, it's gone bad. And that's the second battery in it. On my second set of battery, because I got an external battery I can put on too. Find that treasure. Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and check here soon. They just got a bunch of snow. Probably if I drive up there and it's just snow on the ground there, I won't be going up there. It's because it's in the woods where the snow stays a long time, doesn't get direct sunlight, and ground to be frozen. It's been below zero for 3 days, or below freezing for 3 days, so it's pretty frozen. If you have ever tried to dig a hole in frozen ground, yeah, go try it out this winter if you haven't done it yet. Even with a pick, it's hard. Yeah. Okay. No digging. I'm going to use my metal detector. It's got, you know, if you got to use a metal detector, there has to be an excellent symbol right there, like the head coming up out of the forest floor. That's, I think, him. I don't know. But the other thing, Forrest wants to see what you're finding and stuff because he lives vicariously. He can't go out there and do it anymore, and so we're going out there and searching for him, and he wants to see what we're seeing. Yeah, yeah. I might re-upload a couple of videos too that were long search, hour and something search, wandering through the wood, climbing up the hill. Some old search, or from a couple years ago in my Fenn zone. My area that I search, it covers a few miles, so, but it can be anywhere in this zone, you know. But there are some key symbols that are the they're real special symbols. That, yeah, that one there, that has a special meaning to it, like the head in the ground, like Moses, like the school teacher at the desk, those areas. And have you ever seen a scree pile? Some scree piles are just little rocks, little rocks, but a scree pile with big rocks, and I mean, you can go and there's a big rock there, and you look and you can see it goes down under through there. And that's not a cave, but it's a kind of a rock, or kind of a rock cave. You know, it's not really into the mountain; it's into a pile of rocks. They're big, huge rocks and stuff, and they're like Flintstones. You know, the big rock sitting on top of some other rocks. And there's a room in there. And that's why you bring a flashlight, because some of the dark holes in there you can't see. You want to put the flashlight in there. But I'm going to still plan on going up there sometime at night. Got to be a warm night in the winter, but it ain't. I gone like around my campsite and explored some of the rocks at night. Put the flashlight on them, and yeah, you can see a lot more shapes in the rocks when you're creating the shadows yourself. And those shadows, only the shadow knows. That's only the shadow knows. Those old radio show Forrest used to listen to. I know that because my dad listened to it. My dad was born in 1932, so he pretty much listened to the same stuff Forrest did. The Shadow, the Lone Ranger, and the Green Hornet. The Green Hornet, they had radio shows. It was only the shadow knows. Okay, have a good one. See you later.